Feyenoord 2-0 Celtic. Can Brendan Rodgers' side learn from Champions League defeat? After a promising start, Celtic lost 2-0 away to Feyenoord in their Champions League Group E opener. They ended the match with 9 players after Gustav Lagerbielke and Odin Holm were sent off. Celtic's last away win in the competition was in 2017. It seemed like the same old story for Celtic in the Champions League. They had their chances but ultimately suffered another away defeat. They started brightly and had the best of the early possession, but the timing of Feyenoord's opening goal could not have been worse. Calvin Steng's free kick just before halftime sparked the Dutch champions into life, and Gustav Lagerbielke conceded a penalty and was shown a second yellow card before Joe Hart saved the spot kick. Celtic then imploded and Odin Holm was also sent packing for a reckless challenge. Lagerbielke was perhaps unlucky, but the young Norwegian can have no complaints about his dismissal on his Champions League debut. An away win in Europe's elite competition is proving more and more elusive for Celtic. One last came away to Anderlecht in 2017 during Rodgers' first spell in charge. That said, it could be argued that their performance in the early stages in Rotterdam can provide some encouragement ahead of their next match at home to Lazio next month. They played well in the first half, dominating against a side that had scored 17 goals in their 3 previous matches. Celtic also have something of a defensive crisis at present. Cameron Carter-Vickers, plus new signings Mike Naraki and Nat Phillips, missed the game through injury, and Carl Starfelt's summer departure has also had an impact. Rodgers was quick to point out the positives on a disappointing night in Rotterdam. "We showed in the game that for this tournament we are going to be competitive," he said. "We started really well. For the first 60 minutes the game was very close. I thought we looked a threat and progressed the ball well into the final third. Maybe with better decision-making and releasing the pass we would have given ourselves the opportunity to get in front. I'm disappointed with the first goal. We should never be conceding that, especially at that moment. But it was even for 60 minutes and unfortunately we got 2 players sent off. It's really difficult at this level with 11 against 11, but with 11 v 9, it's difficult. But I have to applaud the players for their spirit and mentality. They kept going. It was harsh on them." However, the Celtic boss also admitted that, at times, inexperience proved costly. "I'm very disappointed with the 2 sending-offs, and playing with 9 men is obviously very difficult," Rodgers added. "The first one, Lagerbielke, you just have to shepherd it through to the goalkeeper. Don't get into the fight as it's getting to Joe Hart. It's just inexperience. And Odin is a fantastic young player. He'll learn from that. You can't go to ground like that, particularly in Europe, and he'll learn from that. Johnston, blocks to build on." Brendan Rodgers' aim is European football after Christmas, with that opening defeat meaning a quick response is required as they look to clinch at least a third-place finish in Group E. Defender Alistair Johnston insisted there were parts of the match which show that can be possible. "Of course, it wasn't the result we wanted, and there were some moments in the match that we're going to look back and try and learn from," he said. "I was pretty proud of what we put out there, and I think there are building blocks to build on. We've had a lot of injuries, and we're not using that as an excuse, but a lot of guys were also like me. Playing their first Champions League matches really stepped up. It's the first match of 6 and one we probably weren't expected to pick up anything from, but this is a group that does believe we can go into any match in this group and pick up points. In that aspect it feels like a bit of an opportunity lost, but I think there are plenty of positives to take away from it." Follow Celtic with Sky Sports. Follow every Celtic game in the Scottish Premiership this season with our live blogs on the Sky Sports website and app. And watch match highlights for free. Want the Celtic latest? Bookmark our Celtic news page, check out Celtic's fixtures and Celtic's latest results, watch Celtic's goals and video. Keep track of the Scottish Premiership table and see which Celtic games are coming up live on Sky Sports. Get all this and more, including notifications sent straight to your phone by downloading the Sky Sports Scores app and setting Celtic as your favorite team. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.